What's up, guys? This is Shauna, aka Wealthy Wallet, and I wanted to stop in and give you a synopsis of my spending freeze and how it went for the month of February. So, the month of February started off as a cluster fill in the blank. It started off with a $1,500 fix of a catalytic converter on the Volvo. The car coded in the month of January at the very beginning, and it sat until February before it got fixed. And when it went in to get fixed, it was the catalytic converter and the O2 sensors that had gone bad. And I called my dad to ask him, what made all this happen. And he was telling me that if the O2 sensors go bad, then they can make the car run too rich, causing the catalytic converter to go bad. So that was a very expensive fix that we had, and it depleted my emergency fund plus a medical fund. It ate into a medical fund that we had out there because I didn't want to take on the credit card debt. So I wound up paying that in cash and then spending the rest of the month of February paying back that medical fund first and then going into our emergency fund and paying that back. So when everything was all said and done at the end of February, I did get a bonus. So I used the February bonus to finish off that little bit that was left of the medical fund and then finish filling up the emergency fund. So after that, if you didn't count the bonus that I got, I wound up putting $12 from a personal account towards one of our highest debts and $81 from our joint account towards one of our highest debts. And I'm trying to get that paid off first because it has a 0% interest rate that expires in October. So I need to get all of that paid off and move on from there. But other than those, I think that was about it. The way I stayed motivated throughout February, even with starting off with such a horrible way to start it, was I had the push-up challenge, which I have to admit to you all, I have to take a big old L on it because at the very end, I got to the point where I was supposed to do the 40 push-ups and I stopped. I was so close to the end. I was so close to the end. So I'm going to start that back up and I'm going to make it all the way to the 50 push-ups. And then I may try it again and then again after that. But basically, when I got to 20, I had to start doing modified push-ups because my form is horrible and I started messing up my back. So I am going to do that again. I'm going to start with the 5, build all the way up to the 50. And hopefully make it through this time. I also spent a lot of time reading a lot of books. I went through quite a few books this past month, and I hopefully will continue to do so because reading books does keep me off the internet looking for random things to buy because when I didn't have the option to do so, I couldn't go on Amazon and just look up stuff to purchase. So that was actually a plus. I also listened to a lot of podcasts, and my two favorite wound up being The Minimalist, who started in January. I believe they started in January with their podcast, and His and Her Money with Talat and Ty McNeely. I love Talat and Ty. I'm not even gonna front. They are amazing. They put up podcasts that are about people's debt-free stories. It's kind of like Dave's, minus the fact they don't scream "I'm debt free," but they talk to people weekly, and those people tell them how they got out of debt, and they tell them, that they did it on a small income and things like that. So, if you ever decide to just listen to a podcast, I say definitely listen to them. They're wonderful. The Minimalist, it depends on where you are in your life, whether or not you will be interested in the Minimalist. Where I am in my life, I do appreciate them. I'm not 100% there because, as you can see, I'm a big time book buyer, but I am refining it down to things that I do actually love and things that I do actually want and actually moving toward that. But overall, the spending freeze was great for introspective, just an introspective view of myself, just to go in and look at the things that really matter, like family, friends, things like that. So now that my spending freeze is temporarily over until I decide to do another one, I'm going to spend some time with some friends. I've reached out to them and I'm hopefully hanging out with them soon. As a matter of fact, I'm meeting with one in a couple of hours. So That is my basic wrap up of my spending freeze. If you all would like to know anything, please feel free to leave a comment below and I will try to answer it in the next one. So until next time, bye, Wealthy Wallet Crew. Remember, the only kind of wallet that you should have is a wealthy one.